Good morning, students. Today we will start with next instructions of branching group. Earlier we have studied jump instruction where we have studied unconditional jump and conditional jump. So we have done first four instructions of conditional jump. So the fifth instruction of conditional jump is JZ. Z stands for 0. So J stands for jump. Jump if 0 and jump if the result is 0. So if the result is 0, in that case we set the value of the Z flag as 1. I have already told you in the first or second session that when the value of the Z flag is equals to 1, it means there is 0. It means answer is 0. So that's why we set the value of the Z flag as 1. So the condition is JZ, jump if there is 0. So it means if the value of the Z is 1. Next instruction of this group is JNZ, jump if not 0. Not 0 means there is no 0. If there is no 0, in that case the value of the Z is 0. So the flag is Z flag. So value of the Z flag 1 means the result is 0. Z flag is used to indicate whether the result is 0 or not. So if the result is 0, the value of the Z flag remains 1, otherwise it remains 0. Similarly, if there is a positive answer, the value of the sign flag remains 0. 0 means there is no sign. No sign means answer is positive. So if there is a sign, it means answer is negative. So in that case, the value of the S flag is 1. So I hope it is clear to you. We have studied total 6 instructions of this group: carry, sign, where we have checked carry, sign and 0. Next instruction is JPE, jump if even parity. Even parity I have already told you. In that case we check the value of the P flag. P flag is used to indicate the parity bit. So if the value of the parity flag is 1, it means it is even parity. So the condition is it will jump if there is even parity and if the value of the P is equals to 1. Next is JPO. Next instruction is JPO, jump on odd parity. O stands for odd, E stands for even. So if the parity is odd, in that case the value of the P remains 0. So students, there are total 8 instructions of conditional jump where we have to explain the instructions with the status of their flags. So according to your exam point of view, they can ask you any of the instruction. They can ask like what are the different conditional jump statements. They can ask you in that way also. Explain the different jump statements. So if they write jump statements, in that case you have to write jump is of two types: conditional and non-conditional. Non-conditional is when it will not check any condition, it will directly jump to the location. But in case of conditional, it will jump to the location only. In that case, we also have to make use of address. In that case, it will jump only if the condition is true. These are the conditions what I have explained you. And another way of the question from this section is they can ask you what is JNZ, what is JPE instruction, what is JC instruction. So you must know that what are the meaning of these keywords and what are the meaning of these instructions. So that was all about jump instruction. So we were on the fourth group of the instruction, branching instruction, and we have done first group, jump group. So let's start with the next group of branching instruction. The second group of branching instruction is call instruction. As I have told you, there are total 3 groups: jump, call, return. So next is call instruction. Now what is call instruction? Call instruction is Like I have already told you in C++ programming that we can call a function. So calling a function means when we call that function, and why we call, so that it can perform its own task. So similarly, we use call instruction in this 8085. So the call instruction transfers the program sequence to the memory address given in the operand. It means it will transfer the control to that particular location. So before transferring the address of the next instruction after call is pushed onto the stack. So in that case, it pushes the address of the next instruction onto the stack to save it onto the stack. So I have already told you we use stack to store sometimes intermediate results, intermediate data and instructions also. So in that case, it will store the next instruction in the stack. Why it store the instruction in the stack? Because when it has to go somewhere to perform any of the tasks, it will store its own instruction in the stack, and when it will come back, it will get back the instruction from the stack. Now call instruction is again of two types: unconditional call, conditional call. So let's start with this. What is conditional call and unconditional call? Unconditional call is when there is no condition. The call will transfer to that address without checking any of the condition. So it transfers the program sequence to the memory address given in the operand. So it will simply transfer the control to that location. So the example of call instruction is call 2050. 2050 is any of the address. It is memory address. It will directly transfer to location 2050. Next is unconditional call. Oh, sorry, conditional call. Conditional call means if there is a condition. Condition means it will transfer the call only if the condition is true or if the condition is satisfied. Otherwise, it will not transfer the call. So, conditional call is it will transfer the call only if the condition is satisfied. The instruction execute. It will execute only if the condition is true. So as we have studied different conditional jump instructions, similarly we have to study different call instructions. Call instructions of conditional call instructions. In case of unconditioned, we don't have any condition, so there are no group in the unconditional. So in case of condition, we have to check the condition. So these are the conditional statements of call. So let's start with the very first statement. The first statement is CC. First C stands for call, second C for carry. Call if there is a carry. Call if there is a carry. In that case, the value of the carry flag is equals to 1. So if the carry flag is equals to 1, then it will transfer the call to that particular address. Next is CNC. Call if no carry. CN. C stands for carry. Call. N stands for no. Again C stands for carry. Carry if no. Call if no carry. So in that case, it will transfer the call only if the value of the CY is equals to 0. And as I have already told you that it can be any of the condition, it can be any of the instruction. So that's why I am explaining you all the 8 instructions of this group. In your exam, the examiner can ask any of the single instruction, as well as the examiner can also ask all the instructions of call. So if they ask all the instructions, you have to explain all the 8 instructions. So next is CC, call on carry. Call on carry means call if there, transfer the call if there is a carry. CNC is call if there is no carry. Next is CP. C stands for call, P stands for positive. Call if the number or if the result is positive. Call on positive. So again, if we have to check positivity of a number, we have to check the sign flag of that number. So sign flag 0 means the number is positive. Next, fourth instruction of this group is CM. CM is C stands for call, M stands for minus, means negative number. call on minus. So you can also write this instruction as CNP. CNP means call not positive. CM and CNP both are same. So call on minus means if there is a minus in the result. So if there is a minus, the value of the sign flag remains 1. Sign flag 1 indicates the result is not positive. Okay. The fifth instruction of this group. The fifth instruction of this group is CZ. C stands for call, Z stands for 0. Call if there is 0. And if there is a 0, the value of the Z flag remains 1. So call if the result is 0. Next is CNZ. Call if the result is not 0. Call on no 0. So if the result is not 0, the value of the Z flag remains 0. So next instruction of this group is CEE. C stands for call. Call if there is even parity. P stands for parity. E stands for even. Call if there is even parity. So if there is even parity, the value of the P flag remains 1. Next is CPO. Call if there is odd parity. P stands for parity, O stands for odd. Call if there is odd parity, and if there is odd parity, the value of the parity bit remains 0. So these all are the call instructions. Total 8 instructions of call. So students, as we have studied jump and call instruction, these instructions are same irrespective of the first alphabet. Here the first alphabet is J because J stands for jump, and the rest of the keyword is like C, NC, P stands for positive, M, Z, NZ means no 0, PE, PO. Similarly, the irrespective of the first alphabet, another alphabets are same like C, NC, P, positive, minus, 0, even parity, odd parity. So you just have to change the first alphabet while changing the group. So that was all about call instruction. The third instruction of this group, the third category of branching instruction is return statement. See, the branching, we have completed jump and call instruction. So now we have to study third instruction, return. So let's start with return. Return means, as when we do programming in C++, we use a function calling, and at the end we use return statement, which is used to return the value. Similarly, in 8085 we also make use of return statement. As we use jump and call statement, jump is used when we have to jump to some particular address, whereas call is used when we have to call some instruction. So return is used to return back to that location. As in the call instruction, I have told you, call instruction is used to call something or to call some instruction from some particular location, and it store the next instruction in the stack. So when after the execution, as I have told you, after the execution of that instruction, it will get the instruction back from the stack. So this is basically return. Return means when the instruction, when the control comes back to the main instruction or from where it has left, this is return. So the return instruction transfers the program sequence from the subroutine to the calling program. Subroutine means function, from the function to the calling function, as we did in the C++, as I have told you. So return is when we have to return the value. So in that case we use return statement. So again, return statement is of two types, unconditional. Again it is of two types, unconditional return and conditional return. Now what is unconditional return and conditional return? Unconditional return is when there is no condition, it doesn't check any condition and it normally returns to its main program. So the program sequence is transferred unconditionally from the subroutine to the calling program. So the example of this is RET, return. Whenever you have to execute return statement, the syntax of this is RET. Next is conditional return instruction. Conditional return means when there is a condition. The statement will return only if the condition is true or if the condition is satisfied. So in that case, the program sequence is transferred unconditionally from the subroutine to the calling program only if the condition is satisfied. So let's start with the statements, instructions of return group. So the first instruction is RC. RC stands for return if carry. Return on carry. Return only if there is a carry. You can write any of the definition. Return if there is a carry. Return on carry. Return if there is a carry. So in that case, if there is a carry, in that case the value of the carry flag remains 1. So the value of the CY is equals to 1. Next instruction of this group is RNC. R stands for return no carry. Return if there is no carry. In that case, the value of the CY is equals to 0. Carry flag remains 0. Third instruction is RP. Return if positive. Return if the result is positive. So if the result is positive, the value of the sign flag remains 0. Next is RM. Return on minus. Return if the result is negative. So in that case, if the result is negative, the value of the sign flag remains 1. Always the sign flag 1 means the result is negative. Next instruction is RZ. Z stands for 0. Return if there is 0. Return if the answer is 0. So if the answer is 0, in that case the value of the Z flag remains 1. Next instruction is RNZ. Return if there is no 0. Return on non-zero, and in that case the value of the Z flag remains 0. Z flag 0 means the result is non-zero. Next is RPE. Return if the parity is even. So return on even parity. In that case, the value of the parity bit remains 1. Next is RPO. Return on odd parity. If there is odd parity, the value of the parity bit remains 0. So with this, we have finished branching instructions. So in this group also, you just have to change the first alphabet. Here the first alphabet is R. R stands for return, and the rest of the alphabets remain same. So with this, we have completed the fourth instruction set of 8085. The fourth instruction was branching instruction, and in the branching instruction we have studied total 3 groups: jump, call and return. So in the jump we have studied 2 cases: unconditional jump and conditional jump. So in the conditional jump we have studied following instructions. Next group is call instruction. In the call instruction again we have studied 2 cases: unconditional call and conditional call. Unconditional call and conditional call. In the conditional call we have studied following instructions of call. Next category was return statement. In the return statement again we have studied 2 cases: unconditional return and conditional return. And here we have studied conditional return statement. So with this we have finished with the 4th set, branching instructions. So students, look at this. So with this we have completed the first 4 groups of instruction set of 8085. See students, in the second unit, that is instruction set of 8085, These are the total main 5 groups which we have to study in detail. And with this, we have completed first 5 units, first 4 instructions in detail. In the next lecture, we will start with the 5th category, machine control operations. So that's all for today.